Faster. Boom! Top of the morning, fortune builders. What's happening? Where the hell's everybody at? You're right here. If you're here and you're on time, turn your neighbor and give him a high five and say, I'm on time. God bless it. Was there a party last night I didn't get the invite to? In the OC. Oh, there's rain, so people can't drive in California. Well, that's true. We don't know how to do that. Well, the reason we're here, by the way, let me ask you a quick question. Who thinks if they had a little more energy throughout their day, they get a little more done? A little more energy in their day, get more done. Cool. Who wants to maybe slim down a little bit, kind of get their confidence up, get their sexy back? Right? Good. Well, that's kind of why we're here, right? My job is to help you guys do a little more of the full-rounded fortune builder's experience. Because I assume you know there's more to being a fortune builder than just making some money, right? Yeah, there's a lot more to it, right? There's a lot that goes into what we do every day that people don't see behind the scenes, right? That's the cool stuff. People don't see what's going on with what Than and Paul and JD are doing behind the scenes so that they can kind of make all this magic happen in their business. So when you guys think of Than, right, Paul, JD, those guys are those low energy guys or high energy guys? Yeah, it's amazing, right? They're running a multi-million-dollar company, and these guys are more fired up than half the guys on the team. I mean, you'll see Paul Sajan, he comes in every morning, he cranks up this iPod player, runs around the office screaming, yelling, going, cranking rock music, just yelling at everyone. He gets everyone fired up. The guy's a high-energy guy. So who here has a day job other than their real estate stuff? Who's got a day job already? Cool. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being low energy, right, 10 being high energy, let's kind of see how our day plays out. So on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate your energy at in the morning when you first wake up? Let me hear out some stuff. 10 in the morning, 10 in the morning. Before coffee or after coffee? I mean, you're hitting the snooze, right? We're talking about that point in time. Got 6, we got some 4s, so you got some 6s, good. Let's say lunchtime. No, not lunch. About an hour after lunchtime. How would you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 energy? She was 10, you're -2, she passed away, poor soul, right? We usually get the itis, we call it the itis, after we have a big meal. Yes. And what about after work? Right after work, you've had a long day at work, would you put your energy at on a scale of 1 to 10 right after work? 12. She's just excited to be off her. What do you do for work? She doesn't work. What else? Give me some numbers. Right after work. Long day. 2, we got 2s, we got some 4s, we got some 10s. Some people are really fired up. 7s. My job here is to help you guys build your business better. Right? If you're coming home a 4 or a 5 after work and we expect you to go bang on strange people's doors, right? Hang bandit signs, you got to run from the police when you're doing that. You don't really run from the police, but you need to have your energy up to do what we're going to ask you to do. So if you want more energy, say aye. All right. Next thing. When we walk into a construction site, for instance, and we're trying to find ourselves some contractors, we're trying to find ourselves some partners, when someone looks at you, people make a snap decision. Is that true? Is that false? Yeah. It's not good, it's not bad. It's just how it is. So people are sizing you up from the minute you walk in that door. And they're trying to figure out, is this a person that's going to be committed to our business, to our project? Right? Is this a disciplined person that can handle what we're going to throw at them? Right? And it doesn't mean that you got to be a supermodel. I'm not going to have anyone doing push-ups in here. Right? I'm not going to have anyone doing burpees. But I want you to walk into a place and you are exuding confidence. Because you know you're in the place that you want to be, not where you happen to be. Who wants to be in the place where they want to be? Say aye. Aye. Right on. So my job is to do a couple things. Who's heard the saying that how you do anything is how you do? All right, so you guys know this stuff. My job is to kind of show you a little bit of how to boost your confidence a bit so when you walk in this place, you own the place, right? I want you to be a dynamo of energy so that you're not pushing yourself just on willpower to make it through your business, right? We're not propped up on meds and energy drinks and Red Bulls and Monsters. We don't need that. So I want you guys to explode your energy. And when you do that, invariably, it's going to fatten your what? Pockets, not your belly. It's going to fatten your what? Bingo. All right, so I'm going to kind of talk to you a little bit about what we do around the office because Dan, Paul, and JD, if they're on lunch break, right, do you think those guys are just lounging, sitting around, slothing about, or do they go find time to go work out maybe? Think they go work out? They do. Right, I'll look out the window all the time, and I'll see Diane down there first, right, and then Paul and JD will come down. These guys are wearing their leggings and their overalls and whatever they're wearing there, their leotards and things. They don't wear that, but they go to do a CrossFit workout, which is like a boot camp type thing, and then they come back. So they find the time in their day to do that because they have the energy. So what I'm going to do here is kind of show you the stuff that we've been doing for a while. But I'm going to be talking to you for about 45 minutes about some different nutritional hacks and ways to be more energetic and have more of a lively lifestyle. Is it okay if I kind of share with you guys why I'm qualified to do that? Good. So I am from Ohio. Is anyone else here from Ohio? All right, Buckeyes, I need two. We got two Ohio people. So, OHIO. Do you know what the two food groups are in Ohio? Meat and, right, that's what I was raised on, right? I wasn't raised on this healthy California diet, sun-dried tomatoes, right? Calorie counting, lettuce wraps. That wasn't my lifestyle, right? I was raised on meat and potatoes, and my typical meal, for the first probably 32 years of my life, my typical meal, I'd wake up, and if I didn't have 4 or 5 Eggo waffles, I'd knock out some pancakes, right? Or I'd have a huge bowl of Honey Crisp cereal or some Cookie Crisps or something with all the sugar in it and made the milk taste very sweet, right? I would then have a honey bun on the way to work, which is like a huge donut covered with glaze. Or if I was too busy to do that at home, I would stop off at McDonald's, right? And I'd grab me one of those McGriddles, and you gotta get the hash brown. You gotta get the hash brown. And then throughout the day, I'd be drinking Red Bulls and Monsters. I'd get the all-you-can-eat buffet pizza thing going on. I would crush that because that was just a good value for your money, right? Then I would be snacking on, some Snickers bars, some of those trail mix little thingies. Then I come home. And what got me through college and half my life was Hamburger Helper. Who's has Hamburger Helper? Yeah, I would remix the Hamburger Helper, so it was like extra flavorful, but I was crushing Hamburger Helper. I'd then get a can of vegetables put on the side, so I felt good about myself, all right? And then throughout the day, what was I drinking? I'd drink some orange juice in the morning. I'd have a bunch of Red Bulls and Monsters. I make Kool-Aid with as much sugar as the water could actually hold. I put 2 cups of sugar in there like water. It's just floating sugar the entire time. And then I spent my summers in Mississippi, so we'd make sweet tea. Yeah, Right, so that was me the first 3 decades of my life. And oddly enough, that didn't fare so well on my health. So I actually have a photo of what I used to be before I kind of discovered this new lifestyle, eating like that every day. And here's a little something. This is the old me, right here, sugar daddy. I'm kidding. Who knows who this is? Say it. Biggie Smalls. He's a rapper. He's the best rapper there ever was. But this is Biggie. This is not me. His lyrical flow is far better than mine. But, just kidding, I never really had a huge weight issue. I'm probably 10, 15 pounds lighter than I was in high school. But I never had a huge weight issue. But I think we all have a weak spot in our body. Right? We all have a weak spot where a lifestyle like mine that I mentioned, which isn't a terrible, crazy, odd thing, a lot of Americans eat like that. But my weak spot, some people, their weak spot is fat, so they're going to develop a belly, right? Or they're going to get the big old booty, right? My weak spot was my joints, right? Wherever some bone hits some bone, that's where my weak spot was, and that's where my terrible lifestyle happened to me. So by high school, I used to run track, because I thought I was going to be Carl Lewis when I grew up. I used to run track, and I couldn't run track anymore because I got hip flexors. I couldn't run. It would be extremely painful for me to run my hips because of hip flexors. So by high school, my hips were shot. Then I went to college, and I needed a sport where I could jump but not run, and I'm from Ohio, so my last-ditch effort was to play volleyball, because guys don't play volleyball in Ohio, right? So I played volleyball, but then I started having bad ankles. So there I am, I'm the captain of the volleyball team, and then I would roll my ankle, boom, roll my right ankle, and then I'm on crutches for 3 weeks, and then I heal up, and literally, I would roll my left ankle right after, and then I'm riding the pine again. So my ankles were shot. Then I'm 20 years old, and I love playing beach volleyball, so I'm out in California at that point in time, and then my shoulder starts messing with me. So I don't condone it now, but then I got shoulder surgery in my mid-20s. And then by the time I was 30 years old, my knees gave out on me, right? So I'm trying to play beach volleyball, which is my beloved sport. That's actually how I know Than and Paul Shively and all the guys. I played beach volleyball, but it got to the point where I couldn't even play 2 games without having this excruciating pain in my knees. I remember being 30 years old, and I couldn't do this little number right here. I couldn't do this. Who's got bad knees? Who's hurting right now watching me do this? Yeah, it's crazy. I couldn't do this at 30 years old. So I remember just like, I guess I'm just getting old. That's what I thought. I'm like, I guess I'm just getting old. Maybe I'll go play a different sport. Maybe I'll take up some golf or something. Because I can't move my body. Nothing's wrong with golf, but I didn't want to play that, right? So I had a chance encounter. I went to an Anthony Robbins event. Who's familiar with Anthony Robbins? Right? Anthony Robbins, he's a personal life development coach, teaches you how to go to the next level, be a better person, break through your fears, all that. It was a 3-day event, Unleash the Power Within. It was the 4-day event. Day 4 was all about health. To my chagrin, I'm like, I don't need to go to health day. I got muscles, right? People think I'm cute. I got this thing. Fortunately, I went, right? Because that was like a $1,200 event, and I wanted to get my money's worth. So I went, and this is going to sound cheesy, but that single day changed the course of the rest of my life. That one day at that Anthony Robbins event changed everything because it helped me understand there's a difference between fitness and health. Do you guys know there's a difference between fitness and health? What's fit? What's it mean to be fit? Throw some stuff out. Exercise. You exercise a little bit, okay. What else? What does a person look like that's fit? They got some muscles, right? They got the six-pack going. They can lift heavy things very well, right? And we see the physique of a person that's fit, and we're like, oh, I want that. But keep in mind, there are athletes dropping dead every day of heart attacks, right? There are athletes dropping dead every day of cancers. Right? There's athletes every day that have skin issues, and they just have blotches on their bodies. So healthy means your organs are all working in tune. It means you have more energy, right? It means you're not the person that's going to develop some sort of cancer or diabetes later in life. It means that your systems are all working in tune. So that's what I wanted. I didn't want to be the guy that someday got cancer, right? And then this thing comes at me and I have no control over it. So I was fascinated by what Tony spoke about at that event. So then I just went crazy, right? I'm a fanatic with some of this stuff. So I started reading books. I've read over 150 books on the topics of health and alternative health and medications. I've seen many documentaries. I've gone to many a workshop, many a boot camp. I got certified as a nutritionist, and I interviewed some of the healthiest human beings that I could find in all of America. So then I started kind of experimenting on myself. I'm an experimental kind of guy. I read about a lot of stuff, but if I don't see it working, I don't really believe it. So I go and I start experimenting on myself, and then I start posting about it on Facebook, and people like it. And they're like, Terry, you should get a blog. And I'm like, what is a blog? right? So I get a blog, and then I start posting there, and then I start speaking at more events, and the message is really catching on. So the cool thing is, after 8 years of trial and error, of experimenting with thousands of individuals, seeing things that worked, seeing things that didn't work, infusing the old technology with the new technology, I put it all, recently this year, I put it all in a culmination of one document so that everyone can see what you need to do, start to finish, to reset your body. And this January, I was able to release Reset Your Body, the handbook to naturally grow younger as you age. Thank you. Thank you very much. So it's 333 pages of stuff. I didn't know I knew that many words. So it's been awesome experience. Cool thing is I made it to number 6 on Amazon for one day. But I owned it that one day. I had that puppy on launch day. So everything I'm going to talk about to you here is what has worked for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. I have a support group online with thousands of people every day that are trying out some of these different reset challenges we're going to talk about. Right? There's no product to buy. There's nothing. You can do all this on your own at home. You can go to the grocery store. I'm going to teach you the nutritional hacks that will control how your cells in your body live and die. Right? I'm going to teach you the things that are going to help you have more energy. They're going to help you get off the medications. They're going to help you live longer, spend more time with your family members and loved ones. I'm going to cover all of those things in our chat here. And by the time we're done, hopefully I will empower you to take some of this and do it. Right? Because we've all kind of heard stuff where we know what to do, but we don't do it. Right? Who likes systems? If you like systems, say aye. Right. I'm going to teach you a system for how to do this so that you get out of your own way. Right? You don't have to use a ton of willpower and talk yourself out of these things. We're going to go over a little system to do it. So first off, we need to talk about whose responsibility it is for us to be healthy and whose responsibility it is not for us to be healthy. Right? We all have a doctor. Is it your doctor's responsibility to make sure that you are a healthy person? No, it's not. They want to help. Right? We want to lean on their expertise, but it's not their responsibility. It's really our responsibility to do this. So who knows someone, maybe in their family, that takes 2 or more medications per day? They take 2 or more every day. Right? You know someone, your family, they're close to you, they take 2 or more, okay? Over half the population does, which means they have to take a medication just to make it through the day. That's wild, right? Who knows someone that has diabetes? Who knows someone that has diabetes? Look around the room. That's amazing, right? There are over, how many is it? 15 million people that have diabetes in America. It means if their body cannot metabolize sugar properly, and they're going to have issues with that. Right? We've all had a death that we know of someone from cancer, right? It's 1 out of 4 people that die in America have cancer. That's wild. And then 2 out of every 3 people in the United States of America are overweight or obese. 2 out of every 3 people. So look to your left and look to your right. Those people got a problem. You're fine, okay? Those people need to work on what they're doing. But I make light of that. But listen, I'm going to show you I'm going to show you how quickly this is ramping up, and I'm going to show you how we can do something about it, because it's not like this all over the world. Right? It's not like, I've had the fortune to travel to about 12 countries in the last 2.5 years. I've lived overseas for 4 months. I've seen what it looks like outside of America, and it's kind of, living here, we're kind of skewed on what normal really is. So we're seeing what we think is normal, but it's really not that normal. The rest of the world doesn't have a lot of the stuff that we have going on here, but we can fix it. So this is a study of body mass index. This basically shows how overweight people are in America. And this started back in 1985, right? So some of these places we had no data for. Some of these places, they're less than 10% BMI, right? You're good to go. You're about 10 to 14% body mass index, and you're about 15 to 19% body mass index. Once you get to about 27, that's when we're overweight, and we keep going up. So, they're in the 1986, there's 1987, 1988, 89, so it's getting a little darker, things are getting rough. Oh, let's make a new category because we have enough people there where we need to start to track this data a little better. Keep going, things getting a little darker, boom, we don't have any orange states yet. Boop, there's some orange states. Hey, let's make a new category here. New category, people are getting a little bigger. We're by 1997, 98, it's getting darker. Oh my goodness, even in Hawaii, what the hell's going on? 2002, 2003, 2004, oh my God, things are getting crazy. We had more than 30% body mass index. That's crazy. 2006, 7, 9, look at this. This is keep going. Oh my God. What's going on with a pig here? What's this guy about? This guy's got the McDonald's. This even has the McDonald's logo. Do they like this picture at all? This guy's got a gun. So we're making fun of it, but you see the direction that we're going, right? We need to stop that. And as a nation, that's kind of how the nation is looking. But there are those people that are not succumbing to that statistic, right? There are people that are not succumbing to that statistic. That's what I'm going to help you guys become, are the people that know how to eat around the American landmine of health and nutrition. Right? There's a way to not become a statistic, and that's what we're going to talk about here. Who's interested in learning how not to become one of the red people? Say aye. Okay, there will be no red people in here when I am done. So let's talk about how this all works. So years ago, I have this system for things that we need to eat, things that we need to drink, to make sure that our bodies are constantly in a state of flushing out the bad and bringing in the good. So I created these reset challenges to help everyone have a system to tackle this and have some sort of goal to shoot for, but they're all very temporary, right? So they're all on your sheet. If you have them on your sheet there, you can take notes as well. The first one is the water challenge. Then we have the 21 salad challenge. We got the no bread challenge. We got the no sugar challenge, which people just love this one. They just love the no sugar challenge. We have the 1 day reset. We have a veggie, and then we do the cleanses, right? So these 4 up here, their goal is really to freeze time. I want your body to stop aging so fast. That's what the purpose of these 4 are. These 4 here are to turn back time in your body, right? That's what these cleanses are about, and that's more advanced. We're not going to talk about that right now. But let's talk about the first one, which is the water challenge. Who thinks they need to drink more water every day? Okay, cool. Why? Why do you think you need to drink more water? Because you're 70% water, great. What else? Flush out toxins, great. Why else do you need to drink more water? Because it's so much awesome flavor to it, right? We do need to drink more water, and the planet is 80% water, our bodies are 70% water. When we don't get enough water in our bodies, our body will take whatever water it can and put it in the most important places. Your brain, right, your heart function, things like that. But then that saps water from other places. Like, where does that pull water from? Where? Skin, right? You start to have skin issues. What else? What about me? My joints, right? I was chronically dehydrated all my life, and I had no idea. I probably drank 1 glass of water a day. Right? I'm drinking juices and Red Bulls and I don't know what, the Sunny D, purple stuff. I don't know what I was drinking, but I was chronically dehydrated and had no idea. People that just go through this water challenge have the most amazing results. Has anyone in here been to an event before and done the water challenge? Anyone done the water challenge? Great. Did you have some good benefit from it? Amazing. Okay, so we're talking about that. You're going to think it's too simple for it to work, but it's magical how this stuff works. So let's talk about what the water challenge is. So, Mikey, did I break it? Thank you. First off, how much water do we need to drink? The water challenge is not just drink water. I'll say that again. The water challenge is not just drink water. People think, a water challenge, I just can't drink water, just that's it all the time and no food. No, this is a way to add more water to your diet. Right? Water is this interesting, wild, crazy thing, right? It's weird. It acts funny as an element on the planet Earth. So water is the thing that when you drink it, it is what takes the nutrients to your cells, to your body cells, right? Water is the thing that when you drink it, it washes out toxic waste and everything in your body from what your cells produce. So everything isn't water. For instance, who has a soda or something here I can kind of look at and do an experiment with? Thank you. Boom, I'll grab that. It's got a little smiley face on it. That's cute. So water is H2O. Anything that's not water, your body doesn't treat it as water for it to perform its function. So when you're drinking something that is not water, your body knows it's a solid, right? If we took a hamburger, right, and we ground it up in one of those Vitamixes, and we drank the hamburger, would your body think that was water? No, but it's this little liquid form of a solid food. Same thing's going on with everything that we drink that is not water listed on the ingredients. So you can always tell what you're drinking. I don't look at the nutritional facts label, right? Because you can re-engineer the nutritional facts, the one where it talks about total fat, total sodium, all that. You can re-engineer that with some chemicals. I'm not worried about that. I'm looking at what the ingredients are. So let's read the ingredients on a can of Coca-Cola Zero. First one, carbonated water. Is that water? Close enough. Number 2, caramel color. Is that water? No. Phosphoric acid. Is that water? Aspartame. Is that water? Potassium benzoate. Is that water? Natural flavors. It sounds so beautiful. It's like a little butterfly flew on the edge and pooped, and then flew away. And now we have some flavor. That is not water either. So when you're drinking something like this is not taking the nutrients from your body into your cells when you drink this, right? It is not washing your body out of toxic waste. It's just a different element altogether. Water's weird stuff. When you freeze water, it expands. Most things don't do that. When you freeze a liquid, it shrinks. So water is weird. Water is the universal solvent, right? When you're cleaning your dishes at home, you pour water on it and you let it soak for a little while, right? That's what cleans it off. Same thing is happening with water. So we want to be careful when we're drinking things that are liquids, but they're not water. So here's what we want to do. Get your drink back here. You can finish that if you want. Yeah. Thank you. So here's what we're trying to do. We are trying to figure out how to drink more water in our day. So the formula for how much water you need to drink every day to flood your body with the energy from the food you're consuming, and to wash out the waste, wash out everything that's kind of sticking its way in you, and to wash out any toxic residue, you need to do half of your body weight in ounces per day, or half an ounce for every pound that you weigh is another way to say that. So for instance, I am 200 pounds. What's half of 200? I need 100 ounces of water every day. I need 100 ounces of water. So a gallon is about 128 ounces. So I need less than a gallon of water a day. So each one of these is 17 ounces. So I need 6 of these every day for me to have enough water for my body to not store fat, right? Because this washes out all the fat cells as well. For my body to use all the food that I'm eating to put it into my cells. Who doesn't think this is very much water at all? Like, some people, you drink a lot of water, right? This isn't very much water at all. Who thinks this is as much water as there is in the Pacific Ocean, right? This is like a lot of water to some people, right? So I'm going to teach you how to gradually help yourself consume that much water. Because if you weigh more than me, are you going to drink more water than me? Right? I know a guy, Jesus. I met Jesus. Jesus was 350 pounds. He said, Terry, I want to do the water challenge. So he did the math. Jesus had to drink 20 bottles of water every day. And he did it. 2 weeks later, I see Jesus. Jesus had lost 35 pounds. Did he work out more? Nope. Did he change what he was eating? Nope. He's drank a lot of water. It flushes your body out. It's amazing what this water thing does. So here's the rules. You need to figure out what your amount of water is for you to drink. Then you need to put it in a large jug. This is the key to the water challenge, is the jug, right? Because you're going to try to count bottles of water, and you're going to lose count, right? Or you're going to try to count glasses of water, and you're going to sip on the same glass for 5 hours and think you did more than you did, right? Or you're going to try to do some weird thing. If you get one jug, I get a jug and fill it up every day. I've marked a little line on there. And how do I know when I'm done with my water challenge for the day? When the jug is gone, right? So that's what you want to do. And you do it for 10 days. Amazing things are going to happen to you. We were at a boot camp once. I told a lady about the water challenge. She's like, I'm going to start. Next day, Leona's her name. She was sitting there talking to me, and she wouldn't even stop moving. I'm like, would you hold the hell still? What happened? I'm doing the water. I have so much energy. It's amazing. It's pretty darn quick, I tell you, right? So try the water challenge out for 10 days. See what happens. Here's what you're going to notice. Your skin is going to get more rich and more full, more clear, right? If you have chronic joint pain, that's going to go away a lot. Here's a ninja trick for you. If you take some sea salt or some Himalayan salt, oh my God, salt's going to kill me. Salt is so critical for people. They drink a lot of water, you have to have salt. That helps your body suck all that hydration into your cells so you don't wash yourself out. If you don't drink water, do not eat salt. They go hand in hand. But if you put, for every half a gallon, 64 ounces of water, if you put about half a teaspoon of Himalayan salt or sea salt in there, so half a gallon, half a teaspoon, that will hyperhydrate you. The magic really starts to happen because then your body really holds on to that water and you won't pee as much. Because what's going to happen when you start drinking all this water? You're going to go pee-pee. And people freak out. Oh my God, I'm going to pee. I just don't know what to do. That's where the bad stuff goes. We got to pee that stuff out, right? It doesn't just evaporate or anything magical. So it's okay. If you're going to pee, it'll run its course, right? If you have a ton of toxic stuff built in you, you might pee a lot the whole 10 days. If you don't, you'll pee for a few days and you'll get back to normal. But don't let pee stop you from being healthy and energetic. I just don't understand the whole pee thing. So make sure that's something. So listen, we're talking about 10 days. Don't commit to it all your life. Try it out, see how it feels on you, and then you can decide what you want to do. So who thinks over the next month or so that you will be open to trying out the water challenge by show of hands? Hold them up there. Over the next month sometime, turn to your neighbor and say, I commit. Right on. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. So that's the water challenge. Oh, look what happened. I just got an email from Tabitha the other day. I have a huge following. This woman here, she started this January 11th. She started the water challenge. She lost 50 pounds so far. She just sent me that 3 days ago. How's Tabitha looking now? What's Tabitha's Saturday night look like now? She's having a good time on her weekends. So let's talk about a little bit about how to make this stuff last longer. One thing we did at the Tony Robbins event, we had to reprogram our thinking a little bit because I had some kind of messed up limiting beliefs that were keeping me from taking healthy action, right? Because if I can tell you how to do all this stuff all day long, but if you don't believe it's going to work, you're not going to do any of this. So we all have limiting health beliefs, and just to kind of give you an example here, I have to figure out what's keeping you guys from taking the healthy action. Because we probably all know what to do and how to eat to be healthy. Say yes. Yeah, but we're not all doing it. So for instance, this caterpillar here, right? If he didn't know, if he didn't believe that he can turn into a butterfly, he would not spend the time to spin this cocoon and sit in there for who the heck knows how long to come out as a butterfly. 2 weeks? I'm thinking 5 years. What is this? All right, it's not as long as I thought, but still. Right? So these guys are taking the time to do that because they believe it's going to work. Fortunately, caterpillars don't have access to the internet where they can look up some caterpillar that's his process, his metamorphosis didn't work, right? They don't have a naysaying brother that says, hey man, that butterfly thing, it didn't work. But they believe, so we are surrounded by too much stuff that keeps us from taking the right action. So I remember Tony had us list out some limiting beliefs that were holding us back. So for me, these are beliefs that I'm thinking them made me not take the right action. So for instance, I had a limiting belief that eventually when I get old, I'm eventually going to get cancer. I thought it just came with age. right? Like a Buckeye card or something. When you get older, you just get cancer. Did that make me take action, or did that make me not take action, do something? Yeah, I just sat back like, well, hell, you know, the older I get, it's eventually going to happen. So that was a very disempowering belief. I had another belief that if I do bad things to my body, I could fix it. There was some pill out there that was going to make it better. Right? I can do whatever I want. There's some pill that will fix it. Does that make me be responsible or irresponsible? Yeah, they were just disempowering beliefs that kept me from taking the right action. So on your sheet there, write out what your disempowering beliefs might be. They're keeping you from doing the thing that you know is the right thing. Maybe you picked it up from a family member that told you something about health. Maybe you saw it in a commercial, right? Maybe it just happened once and it just stuck in your head. So throw out, what's a couple of your limiting self-beliefs that might be keeping you from taking action? Yell them out. Don't have time. No time. It's in your genes. Yep, and it's funny because they've proven over and over again that you're definitely predispositioned when you're genetically prone to get something. But your genes only affect 20% of the outcome of whether that expresses itself or not, right? Your real 80% of whether you get that ailment comes from your lifestyle choices, right? If your whole family has diabetes, all the way diabetes, and you are predestined to get diabetes, but you never eat a lick of sugar in your entire life, you won't get diabetes. So it's not what's in your genes, it's really what your lifestyle is. It's going to dictate more whether you express some of these ailments. What's another couple of limiting self-beliefs? Too late. It's too late. I'm too old. I'm just too damn old. Oh my goodness, I'm dead. Oh, this is a skull and crossbones, too damn old. Men and women are just not, it's too hard for ladies. Too hard for the ladies. This is a ladies sign there. Slow metabolism, right? We have all these things where I just can't do anything about it. Keep in mind, there's someone just like you that is your same age and your situation, and they were able to beat it, right? I'm always a believer in finding the bright lights. There's someone out there that beat this thing. Let's find what they are doing, right? Not the people that are still suffering from the things we're trying to get over. So there's always a way, and examine some of these things, right? How do we know we don't have enough time? Maybe we need to reprioritize what we're trying to do, right? How do we know that with our genes, let's figure out some people that have beaten this thing. What's going on with too damn old, right? I thought I was old, 30 years old. It's not going to work out, right? It's just a mentality. We got time to figure this out. So, and I got to tell you now, after resetting my body for the past 8-9 years, started when I was 32 or so, I am 42 years old now, right? And I started this at 32. I was hurting. But I'll tell you, today I have more energy. I'm in better shape, right? I'm stronger. The 42-year-old Terry can whoop the 25-year-old Terry's ass, right? Thank you. And I'm going to make sure the same thing happens for each and every one of you guys, because it sucks to make a lot of money, but you're too sick or you're too dead to spend it. Not so fun. So these are our beliefs. Write your beliefs down. Figure out where they came from. Let's see if we can tackle those. And we already talked about this. Health is not fitness. We agree on that, right? Perfect. Health is really energy. But where's all this energy coming from? Any guesses on where energy comes from? The food we eat, correct, and then what happens to the food? Where's the food go? Where's the energy come from in our body? Muscles, mitochondria. Wow, that's very good, mitochondria. It's from your cells, right? I'll explain this. Your health equals your energy. This is a cell, right? It's got mitochondria. What are the other parts of a cell? Who knows the parts of a cell? Let me hear. Nucleus, mitochondria. That's it. That's like all of America. They only got 2 parts. There's 2 parts to a cell. So here's how this all works. This is me trying to animate with my presentations. Our body is a bunch of organs. I'm going to show you how this boils down to the cell. So we're a bunch of organs, right? We're a heart, we're kidneys, we're lungs, and then what's the biggest organ? Skin. So we're really just a bunch of organs wrapped up in skin. So as sexy as you think you are a skin bag of organs, first off. So that's all we are. Then what makes up organs, right? We have some tissue, we have some ligament, right? We boil this thing all the way down to what we are. We are simply cells. That's it. We are just a bunch of cells. And a cell has a very simple job. This guy right here, all he knows how to do is do his one little job, produce it, and be done over and over and over and over again. A heart cell. All a heart cell knows how to do is heart stuff, right? Your spleen cells, just know how to do spleen stuff. You get a whole bunch of spleen cells together. Spleen is such an ugly word, spleen. You put a whole bunch of spleen cells together, they do spleen things, right? They spleen it, they spleen that. So all we're trying to do is take these 100 trillion cells, and if we can make a cell do better, we can make the organ do better, and we make the body do better. Right? We don't need to know what special food's going to make my heart disease go down. We make the heart cell stronger, the heart becomes stronger, the body becomes stronger. That's all we need. If we can do good by one cell, we can do good by the rest of the entire body. That's all we're trying to do with these reset challenges I'm teaching you guys. We don't have to be an expert. You don't need to be a nutritionist. You don't need to be a doctor. You don't need to read all the latest fad articles on what's a superfood, super drink. You don't need all that stuff. Is that confusing as hell? Say yes. Every time I open up an article, I'm now got to find a new damn food I got to throw away, and then, oh my God, is fat good or bad? Right? Do I need more sugar? Do I need less sugar? What's going on with the omega-6s and the 3s? It's just too damn confusing. I want you guys walking out of here knowing that all we need to do is make these cells stronger, the organ gets stronger, the body gets stronger. So how do we make a cell stronger? One of the answers is on the screen. What's the number one thing that cells need to stay strong? Oxygen, right? So I'll tell you how important oxygen is. How long will you live if you hold your breath? Not very long, huh? You're going out in about 5-10 minutes, depending. That's how important oxygen is. You don't get that, your cells start dying like that. We need more oxygen in our cells for them to live longer. Number two thing, what's the second most important thing your cells need? Water. How do we know water is important? How long will you live if you don't have water? Yep, about 2 weeks or less. Unless you're a camel, then you can ride out a little longer. So number two. Number three, what's the third most important thing your cells need? Say again? Waste removal. Cells make waste too, right? You don't have to eat a bunch of Cheetos and all that to have waste in your cells. Cells metabolize, and then they eject waste. They poop. Cells poop, right? They do some things, and they go, poop. And we have to clean that stuff out, or it builds up and it starts to choke the cells around this. They did an experiment, 1930s. A doctor did an experiment. He took chicken cells, and he put them in a petri dish. And he said, how long can I make these cells live? Right? If I put fresh oxygen in here, right? I put fresh water in here, and I constantly remove the waste. I wonder how long I can make these cells live. So, pop quiz. Who knows how long the average chicken lives? Any guesses? 3 years. What else? 28 days. That's a hard and fast life. I like that. 2 months. 6 months. Good guesses. The average chicken lives 7 to 10 years. Believe it? I didn't. Who knew, right? Who knew? No, this is very relaxing. Old chickens, that's what we eat at McDonald's, right? That's the old crappy stuff. But 7 to 10 years is about how long a chicken lives. So they have this petri dish. They have these chicken cells. They put fresh oxygen in. They put fresh water. They remove the waste. How long do you think they made these chicken cells live? Any guesses? 15 years? What else? 5 years? What else? 60 years? That's a strong chicken. I know, they're still here. I brought them here. The average chicken, or the chicken in a Petri dish, they lived over 32 years. And then they outlived the doctor. The doctor died, literally, and then they scrapped the experiment. It's crazy. So chicken cells, they can make them live 32 years. Chickens live 7 to 10 years. What's the difference? Chickens eat poop. She said, chickens eat poop, she says. Someone else said that last night. The chicken cells were in their optimum environment. They were getting all the oxygen and the water and the waste removal they needed. There are studies that say that some people think a cell can live forever. They say the human cell can live up to 150 years. Right? It's crazy. A human cell can live 150 years. We're living 80, 90 years on average in America, and at the end, we're all propped up on medication, and we're drugged out, and we're living a medicated life. What if you could live 150 years, not staying older longer, but you stayed younger longer? Yeah, that sounds a lot more appealing, right? So, chicken cells. Here's what we're trying to do. I'm trying to flood your body with more oxygen, more water, and I want to remove the waste from your cells because I want your organs to stay stronger. I want your body to get stronger, and then that makes you a more vibrant, lively individual. And that's things like the water challenge. Do you think the water challenge accomplishes any of these things? Maybe this one, right? So that's what we're trying to do here. Next one. Let's talk about the next challenge to help with all this. We're going to talk about the 21 salad challenge. This is not the 21-day salad challenge. It's a 21 salad challenge. What's the big deal with salads? Salads, first off, a salad is an uncooked collection of fruits and vegetables. Salad, uncooked collection of fruits and vegetables. When we eat these fruits and these vegetables, it floods your body with live enzymes and fiber. Who knows what fiber does? It cleans you right on out. Right? Because every hamburger that we ate, all the pizzas, all the honey buns I used to crush, all the McGriddle sandwiches and all that, that stuff has been cooked and burned up so much, all the live enzymes that were in it are gone. So then it sits in your body and it just chills out for a little bit. Right? Because there's a tube in your body. Who knows how long your intestinal tract is from start to finish? Who knows how long? 26 feet, 26, 30 feet. You have the 30-foot tube, starts right here, and it ends right here, right? And it's spinning around, it's wiggling, it's doing all that, and it's flexible, right? So when we shove a whole bunch of the stuff I used to eat, I got the honey buns in there, I got the Eggo waffles, I got my pancakes, right? Got my Snickers bars. They get in here, there's nothing to digest them. They just sit in this tube, and what does the tube do? It expands. And it gets a little bit bigger, and people think, I'm going to just do I'm going to crunch that away real quick. I'm going to crunch that away. You're not going to crunch that away because it's food that's in there and it's not going anywhere. So that's why I recommend everyone eat a salad before each meal they eat. Eat a salad before every meal. Why? When you eat that salad, that's going to put all those live enzymes, all that live fiber. It's like Drano. It's like pouring Drano down a pipe, and it's going to digest all the crap that you're about to eat. So I don't care what you eat after the salad. Eat whatever you eat. Some pizza, eat some ho-ho, some ding-dong. I used to love Little Debbie's. Man, I used to love Little Debbie's. Eat Little Debbie, I don't care. But eat your salad before every meal. That's what I want you to do. That's where you're going to see your waist slim down. That's where you're going to see inches come off of your hips. What about organic versus non-organic? I personally have recently become an organic snob. Organic means that a food that you ate there were no chemicals introduced in the growth process of it, right? No fertilizers, no pesticides. It wasn't fed any chemical-laced foods. It didn't have hormones injected into it or antibiotics put into the animal. And then to get to your plate, they didn't use chemical preservatives to make it last longer or colorings to make it look better. So it just means you're eating a food that doesn't have chemicals on it. I don't care, I don't think, people say I eat organic because I want to wash off, I don't want to have pesticide on my food. Organic food isn't just about pesticides. If you feed a baby from birth chemicals all its life, right? This thing's eating McDonald's all its life, a human baby, and you're plugging this thing full of antibiotics and drugs and medication, and it never moves and never runs. Is that a healthy baby or an unhealthy baby? Same thing with the food we eat. The food is what it eats too, right? So if we're raising a chicken like that, that's an unhealthy chicken. That's not going to make you full of energy. If we're raising Brussels sprouts like that, they don't taste very good. Oh, there's no taste in the food in America. I've been in Europe, man, that food, it tastes like candy. You eat a salad, it tastes like little pieces of candy. It does, because it wasn't doused and all of its life just kind of never given the ability to mature and be flavorful. So if you can get organic, great, get it. If you can't get organic, I don't care, eat whatever you can get. As long as you can get some sort of uncooked fruits or vegetables in your diet, I'm happy, and do that before every meal. And your goal is to see how quickly can you eat 21 salads. How quickly can you eat 20? If you eat 3 meals a day, and you eat a salad before all 3 of those meals, how long will it take you to eat 21 salads? 7 days. You guys are very good at math, right? See if you can do it in 7 to 10 days. Don't do the 21 salad challenge in 21 damn days. 1 salad a day, that's not a challenge. It's easy. See if you can do 2 to 3 salads a day and mark off how long it takes. Your digestion's going to get better. You're going to become a lot more regular. You're going to slim down your waist. Your skin's going to explode with clarity, moisture. You're going to be looking amazing. You're going to have a ton more energy because your body is not sitting there holding on to all this food that's not going away anywhere. So over the next 2 months, who thinks that they can try the 21 salad challenge over the next 2 months? Be honest. Turn to your neighbor, high five, say, I commit. God bless it. God bless you all. Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's the 21 salad challenge. I love the questions. Hold on one second. We only have about 6 minutes. I will be available afterwards. I want all the questions because everything you need here, the real directions are on my blog. If you go to resetYourBody.com, which is also on this sheet there. Look at that. resetYourBody.com. All the challenges are there because there's more rules to them. There's going to be tricks on how to accomplish them. But they're all temporary and designed to help you conquer this new step in your life. So for instance, my friend Diane, she lives in California. She was 12 salads down. Her belly's leaner. She has more energy. Just 12 halfway in. So there's some cool stuff that can happen with this once we do it. So this whole reset your body concept, what I'm trying to do is I want to flush out the bad stuff. Right? When you change the oil on your car, you notice your car running totally differently, don't you? When I was in college, I had this bright yellow Chevrolet Chevette, 1980. The Pentmobile, no one ever called it. So with my car, when the oil was dirty, it worked crappy, right? I would be at the gas light, I'd be at the stoplight, and I would hit the gas, and then I'd go, right? And it would sputter between second and third gear, would kind of jerk and do the deal there, right? But after I changed my oil, right, for one, you put this beautiful oil in here, and you come out with this black gunk. Does that mean something's wrong with your car? No, that's just what happens. Your car makes waste, right? Your car makes waste. So when you change the oil in my car, hey, I'm firing on all cylinders. I hit gas at the light, boom, I'm gone. I mean, how far you can go with a Chevette, right? But you're going, and then between gears, I'm shifting smooth. We're all the same way, right? If you haven't changed your oil in 20, 30, 40, 50 years of your body, when you get up in the morning, you hit the gas, then you go, right? All day long, you're jerking between gears, and you don't know what the hell's going on. Your energy's all weird. This is real stuff. You need to change your oil. What I'm trying to do is change your oil with each one of these challenges so your body runs smoother. Another way to look at it, the lint filter on a dryer, right? If you don't have a clean lint filter, what's going on with drying your clothes? What's going on? Nah, it takes forever. They come out damp. They're cold. No one wants to wear cold underwear. It's just not cool. When you change that lint filter, what happens then? Boom. Everything's coming out. The clothes are on fire. Everything's fired up. You're getting more done with less energy. You're getting more done with less energy. We're wasting energy right now with a clogged up system when all we need to do is try that water challenge out. Try that 21 salad challenge out. Watch how that cleans your lint filter out. You don't need to be wasting all the energy you're wasting now to get very simple things done, right? So that's the 21 challenge. We'll skip through this. We'll skip through that. I'm going to go through one quick challenge. Here's what's interesting. Everyone has a different definition of what they think healthy eating is, right? Some people think, hey, if I eat chicken versus red meat, that's healthier. If I do Weight Watchers meals, that's healthier. Light salad dressings, Diet Coke versus, this is truly, some people say, if I'm doing this, I'm eating healthy and I'm going to become healthier, right? So these are not necessarily the things that are going to put more oxygen in your cells, right? Put more water in your cells, or flush waste out of your cells. Those don't do that, but some people think that that's what works. I think there was another one there. This one here, some people think, hey, I want low-fat things. I want low-calorie things. I want wheat bread versus white bread, low sodium. So none of these things really fit with our oxygen, water, waste removal theory, right? So that's what we're trying to work on a little bit more. So here's one more challenge, and then we'll kind of wrap up things a little bit. The No Bread Week Challenge. Some of you just fainted. Because you're like, oh my God, I can't live without bread, Terry. This is terrible. Bread is not this terrible scourge of the earth. Granted, there are people with celiac disease, right? And there's gluten intolerance. That's a very true thing. But I'm looking at bread more as this processed, unnatural, fluffy thing that clogs up your tube. Remember that 30-foot tube you got? When you stick some bread in there, it's like an anaconda swallowing a big old animal. And it's just this slow-moving thing. There's no enzymes in there to digest it, and it just takes its while. It slows your digestion. You get heartburn. Your belly gets pretty big. Your food sits there too long. It takes forever for it to process. The reason we're doing the No Bread Challenge is to speed up your digestion and see what happens once you do that, right? So here's there's a list of foods you can and can't eat that are going to be at the blog there, resetyourbody.com. Pastas, white rices, breads, muffins, buns, pastries. We're just going to try it for 7 days to see what happens. That's when the magic starts to happen. One of our guys we work with, or fortune builders, his psoriasis disappeared after doing this for a few weeks. It's the weirdest, coolest thing start to happen once you flood your body with all this oxygen, you flood your body with all this water, and you remove the waste. So over the next 2 months, let's try this again. Over the next 2 months, who's willing to give the No Bread Week Challenge a try? Raise your hand high, turn to your neighbor, say, I commit. Yeah. Don't commit to it all your life. Don't commit to it all your life. Just try it out for those 7 days. So when you go to the blog, you'll see kind of more of the rules there. Hold on, we're almost done. Almost done, getting close. When we go to the blog, you'll see all the rules and how to do them and when to start. So what would you say the best day to start some of these things is? Today. Tomorrow is the killer of all commitment. So start today, right? You're going to pee a little more if you want, right? I used to do health consulting for people. So if you go to the blog there, Reset Your Body, or go to fortunebuilders.com/reset and scroll down, right? Sign up for the newsletter. I'm going to pick one of the people that signs up there to do a free health consultation with for 1 hour. I'm going to figure out what you're doing wrong, what you're doing right, and I'm going to give you some tips as to what to do. Who's interested in maybe getting a free health talk? All right? So go to the site there, sign up for the newsletter, and I'll pick one of you guys to do that. So as we wrap up here, my goal is really to restructure the U.S. food policies. Right? My life goal is to kind of help make it easier for people to eat healthy and not have to choose between eating healthy or paying money. So I'd love to get anyone's feedback on if these were helpful to them, what I can do to help them out going on, and we can see if we can build this going forward as a team. So thank you guys for your time. I really appreciate your attention. Thank you. So we're taking a break, right? 5-minute break. We're going to take a break, come back on, go to your separate rooms. So everyone rise to your feet before our 5-minute break. I'm going to be at the outside of the room for questions. And we're going to let this thing out. Some people are sitting. I don't know if there's chairs or their butts are stuck. 5-minute break. Let's let this thing out. 1, 2, 3, crush it.